Hey everyone, so I'm going to try to put this little radio together. This is a 40 meter Pixie micro power radio. It's like a Morse code radio called CW. Pretty small little guy. This little chip here, that is it. You can see by the size of my hand, the thing is tiny. And I'm going to try to get everything put together. These are the directions that came with it. I'm not real good at reading the squiggly, scratchy, bent line thingamajigs, so I'll probably end up having to look this up online. And of course the top, it shows you your resistor number 1 is 47K, and I don't know what the codes are on the resistors. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Each resistor has a different, look at a big one here. It's got different, can you see that? Where are we at? Where is the camera? There. Oh, okay. See the colors, the lines? Those all mean something different values. I don't know exactly what those are, so I'll probably end up having to look those up. I think I brought my voltmeter. I think I can work with this. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here I'm not real sure of. I know what the crystal is, I know what capacitors are, and the little pluggy-any things. I know what that is. And the socket for the little integrated circuit board, I can probably do that. But if you notice, I shake like crazy. This looks like a little potentiometer of some sort. And the transistors, I know what those are. And how to do them, I think. The capacitors, I can probably do. But the resistors, I'm going to have to look them up. So, me shaky lotsy. I don't know if this thing's hot enough yet. Probably not. I just turned it on. No, not yet. I could smell it getting hot. So I got a nice little kit today. It's just out of screenshot here. It's got a bunch of little hooks, and it's just a nice little soldering kit. Come with some side cuts, and this thing's pretty cool. I've never messed with one of these. This is where are you at? A desolderer. It's like a little plunger, and then it locks. Can you see what I'm doing? It locks down, and you put your thingamajigger close to where you want your solder sucked out. You push the button, the plunger comes up, it pulls the solder out. Kind of neat. I've never really messed with one of those. I have not done a whole lot of electronics. I've done a lot of electrical work, but there is a difference. Yeah, so this is going to take forever. I know a lot of people could probably put this thing together in maybe an hour. It's probably going to take me all day to do it, so I'm not going to bore everyone with it. Yeah, look at me shake trying to... We're not hot enough yet. Is there any heat coming off of it? Yeah, it feels warm. I'll just let it do its warmy-uppy stuff. Get out here, bug. But these things are really tiny, and me shaking like I do, it's going to be a little difficult. I'll turn it back on here when we're ready to solder. Okay, so I think we're warm enough here. Yeah, I shake like crazy, so this is going to be kind of difficult for me. See if I can get some solder on this thing even. And I don't know if I like it being upside down like this. There's one. Are we still okay? Yeah, we look okay. I'll see if I can do this without shaking too much here. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm shaking. It's on there, but I don't know if that one made. I don't think it did. Well, now that I've got one stuck there, I can flip it upside down and do it the right frickin' way here. And maybe I can get a little bit lower here so I can you see what I'm doing? Let me flip you up here. Okay. I guess this might be a little better for me so I can do this so you can see what I'm doing here too. This, I can already tell, is going to be a little difficult. But I want to know how to do it. And I want I don't know if I can get good at it or not, but I'd like to have the ability to do it. I did not tin those, I just realized that. Of course, they're pretty small. I'm not sure exactly how I would tin them. And I don't have any flux. So Okay, that don't look real terribly bad. And I believe it's made. Okay. Well, there's one. And that's just the power connector there. Power hooky-uppy thing. Okay, let's take it off and... yeah, they're in there. Not real well, but they're in there. Okay, so now repeat 5,000 times, I guess. And I won't bore you with that. And I'll catch you back on when... probably when I catch the place on fire. So, see you in a sec. So, it's kind of coming together. I'm really enjoying this. Can you see what I got here? Where are we? Okay, I've got some things going in there. A lot of things are soldered up. There's a lot more to go. Anything I don't like so far is this one looks like it's crooked, this jack here. I may end up unsoldering it and trying to straighten it out. I've got a couple transistors, a couple capacitors, the little integrated circuit chip here. Potentiometer's in, the crystal's in, the buzzer's in, and kind of doing everything but the resistors. I still have to look up all those. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really liking it. I'll do one here so you can see a little capacitor, and this is, where are we at? It's a 10 microfarad. And this one goes on C3. The negative side of the capacitor, I don't know if you can see that, there's a stripe, and the lead is shorter on these ones, and that one, that's negative. The positive is the longer one, and it's marked on the board. Where can you see? I don't know if you can see that right here. Where are we at? Right there. See, one side's shaded and one side's clear, and it's got a little plus. That's so the capacitor is oriented correctly. Let's go ahead and drop this little critter in here, and you can see how bad I shake. And drop him in. I like getting down to where he's not sticking up too far off the board. Then I just bend the leads over to kind of hold it into place while I'm soldering it. Trying to keep it relatively square there and nice. Okay, I got an itch here. Well, let's see if we can do this so you can see me doing it here. And that's it. By the way, the state of California says that the smoke coming off of this solder can give you cancer. Thankfully, I don't live in California. Then I just snip off the excess there. Maybe you can see me. There's one. There's two. And there a capacitor is in. No, that's really all there is to it. And this thing is very tiny. Can you see? Okay. And I've got a lot of soldering to do, and I'm really enjoying this so far. Till I put the power to it and it catches fire and explodes in my face. That's probably going to suck. And my shaking is not helping, but it's coming together. Okay, so I got everything done except for the resistors and the inductors. I've got to look those up. It looks really cool. All the capacitors in, or all the electrolytic capacitors are in also. Crystal's in. Everything's ready to go. You've got the little LED in there now. Couldn't remember which way that goes. I think I got it in the right way. So if it don't work, I'll flop that thing around. But I'm pretty sure everything else is how it's supposed to be. So now I gotta look up the resistors. Well, there it is. And it worked for just a second. Can you see that diode right there? Nope, lost focus. Come on. The one up there in the corner. This one. Yeah, that one. Right there. See how it's like falling apart? They're supposed to be for 12 volts. I put 12 volts on it. That's like 9 to 13.5 or something like that. But I was putting out like 1,000 milliamps. I think it's what it says. Let me check it. Okay, this power supply. Yep, 1,000 milliamps. That was stupid. So anyway, for a second, it worked, and then smoked, and then popped. So, gonna order another one of those and do a different kind of power supply. Those things are a dime a dozen. Thankfully, that was the only thing that smoked. Nothing else got hot. I heard open air and I heard beeps for a second. I have a little makeshift antenna that I just that I just kind of wiggled together, and it did work, but way too much power. So, yeah, that's that. It was neat for a second. Yeah, so, the resistors, these little guys, where am I at? These little guys. I just checked the ohms and matched it up with the paper here. So, like, R1 is 47,000 ohms, and that, that worked. It was really close. It was like 46.9 or something on R1, and that was resistor 1, which is wherever the hell it is. It's in there somewhere. There's R2. Sorry, I didn't realize I zoomed in that far. Anyway, I don't know where R1 is. This is R3 right here. Yep. So, that was good. But the inductors, these little green sons of guns here, those are a pain in the butt. You see the color code, or the lines on them? There's 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, and then way down bottom is 4. I had to get online and figure those guys out. It worked out pretty good. It was this little program that you just type in color code 1, color code 2, and so on, and then it tells you what size inductor it is. So that worked, and yep, it worked for a second. So anyway, folks, I suppose that's not bad for my first attempt. I didn't burn anything down. I just popped a 10-cent or 5-cent diode. So, alrighty, folks. Well, I will redo this some other time and get it working. I do have another one coming. It's a little bit different, and I'm going to put it together. If you want to see that one, I'll do a video on that. If not, it's no biggie. I don't want to bore the crap out of everybody. But, yep, lesson learned. Go small and then work your way up. Alright, folks, well, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and thank you for watching me make an idiot of myself. Have a good one.